Do you ever sit there in bed late at night and just think about your life? I don't know if it's weird that I do it, but it's a frequent thing for me to think about where I'm on my own and mostly bored late at night. Like, what is the point of this? Are we just one big experiment to see if it works? How did it all suddenly appear? Will everything just go back to how it was before the world was made? Will we just vanish into mid-air and the world will never be known as the whole galaxy is just stars? Recently, after losing somebody so close to my heart, I've realised how special and strange life is. When you die, do you go to heaven and carry on living there? Or are you just a piece of compost under the ground and left to rot? Will there ever be a medicine to live forever? I've spent several nights awake for hours just thinking what is actually out there. Is there heaven? Is there hell? It confuses me so bad to think what happens once you shut your eyes for the last time. Is that it? Do you just go blank and nothing happens? Or do you actually turn into a spirit and go to heaven? Recently, a friend of mine said in class that old people get things cheap so they can experience more things before they die, and I genuinely don't know how I would feel if I was that old person, knowing that I was getting things cheaper because I was closer to death than the younger generation. I'd be petrified knowing that death was just around the corner. Still to this day, I have little thoughts that everybody is being controlled and we're one big test, a big outside world that are somewhere controlling everything. Life is a strange thing. You are born to live your life and then die years later. Why would you be born to know that you're going to not exist years after? Also, when messing around with my little sisters, it scares me to think that they probably have no clue that they're going to grow really old and die one day. I hear my little sister always saying that she misses my granddad, and it really wasn't long ago at all. My granddad spent all of his days sat in his house by himself if we went there, knowing that years back my nanny would be sat in the chair opposite. I salute him for staying strong all the times that he did, but he was always a happy man to all of us after having his identical brother sadly pass away and only having me and my family left to go and see him as often as we could. It turns my stomach walking past that house now, knowing I grew up there with my nan and granddad beside me, and now I only have one set of grandparents left. Are they in heaven, or are they just a memory that will never be forgotten? Being with my friends makes me just as happy too, but knowing that one day we will all just be a memory that maybe one day will be forgotten and not ever known about really sickens me. Is there something after you die, or are you just a drifting away thought at the back of somebody's head? Maybe you will grow old with one of your friends and be as close as you were years before. But as you get so old, you both start to think, who's going to be first? And being so scared to shut your eyes at night time. What is the point of all of this? Life is strange, I guess.
Yes! So me and Georgia have just got off the bus and we're now going home to a yummy roast dinner.
Not yummy.
George doesn't like my mum and dad's roast dinner, but I
Not any food.
love them, especially mashed potato. My dad knows that I love mashed potato. So, yeah, I hope you